car door and bicyclist gets hurt?
Yeah, it happens. You have to be careful. You have to be aware of your surroundings at all times. So, you know, like you mentioned, while opening the door, you have to make sure when you open up, look around that no one's there, and they might so they don't ride into your door. It takes two, you know. They should be watching, but at the same time, last minute someone opens the door, it's not much time to react, especially as if they're right there and you knock them. Yes?
Two questions.
Sure.
It was brought to my attention that apparently there was an armed robbery, I believe it was Continental Auto Parts on Ash Street, approximately a month ago.
Yes.
I was wondering if you had an update on that. And then the second thing, I realize this is incredibly vague, but I received an email from a young woman that seemed to be concerned that there was something that may have happened, an assault or an accident on the Pulaski. This would have happened right around St. Patrick's Day, but she happened to be crossing and she saw blood, a lot of it, and she seemed to be concerned. I don't know if you know anything about it, but I felt compelled to ask.
The robbery, it was an auto parts store. It was an armed robbery, and they removed a certain amount of U.S. currency. It's an ongoing investigation, so I cannot elaborate on it.
Understandable. I was just curious.
And the incident on the Pulaski Bridge, I would have to get back to you to see if we had an accident there during St. Patrick's Day. Is that the 17th?
She contacted me on the 18th.
Okay.
So it would have been prior to the 18th.
Okay.
I mean, I know St. Patrick's Day, you have shenanigans and whatnot, but still.
No, I'll look into it and get back to you.
Anyone else?
I just have a little bit of good news. On McGinnis Boulevard, I was trying to figure out when you're going up McGinnis Boulevard towards Driggs Avenue, I don't know if that's north, south, or whatever, but it's going that way. There was a 30 miles per hour sign on the side. It was hidden behind a tree. So after many, many meetings and bringing it up, it had to be for years. So finally, maybe within 3 weeks, now they moved the 30 miles per hour sign on McGinnis Boulevard off Nassau, between Nassau and Driggs, from behind the tree on the sidewalk. They now have it on the median. But then there's somebody complaining about it. They saw a lot of tickets being handed out on Leonard Street where it says do not enter. And for some reason, I don't know if that was part of the Nassau Avenue construction job sign.
It's interesting that she's bringing that up because you have the new construction that was being done on Nassau Avenue. That's finished now, and the traffic reversal is back the way it's supposed to be. Okay, there's no general traffic allowed to go through to Manhattan Avenue on Nassau. You're supposed to turn at Leonard to go up to Driggs. Okay, I live right there, and I just see them going right through, not even paying. Now, part of the problem, I would say, is when they reinstalled the do not enter sign on that side of the street, they put it behind a pole. Maybe DOT has to move it back out, a little more, blatant out there, okay, to see them. But enforcement has to be a little bit more. I saw a police car go right behind a car that went through. I mean, he didn't even pull them over. And you know what's going to happen is the people crossing there aren't expecting cars to come that way, only buses. Right. So they look, they don't see a bus, they go, and there's a car right there on top of them. So I think I don't know exactly what has to happen.
We'll reach out to DOT,
yeah.
Put in the traffic intelligence report,
right,
and have them come out and take a look at it and see what can be done.
Yeah. So that would be the only thing to do.
There are 3 signs that tell you you can't enter.
I know it and you know it. But you know what the problem is, Eric? That sign on the right-hand side is right behind the pole. And you know what? But if they get out there and go to court, you know what they're going to say? I didn't see the sign. Put it in front where it was.
Just point like this.
You know,
what those guys at the arm, the mechanical arm?
What jerk from DOT puts a sign behind a pole? You know, give me a break. You know, Jesus.
In lieu of that, we'll see what we can do for enforcement there.
Sure.
Naturally, so we'll enforce that. We'll make sure.
Eric, one last question, and I'll On a lot of the blocks, especially side blocks, factory blocks, there's a lot of tractor trailers that do deliveries. But what they do is they park all the way up to the corner. So if you're a driver coming off a side street, you're inching out, and you're inching out, and you're inching out, and you have cars coming up, it's barreling down. And sometimes you only have a couple of feet between the truck cab and by getting out. If there's an accident and my view is blocked, am I still liable because I'm coming off the side if I can't see because of that truck?
Every situation is different and unique, and
Yeah,
I wouldn't be the
it's-
I wouldn't be the one to make the determination if you're reliable or not, you know, on that.
Yeah.
Situation.
There's a lot of deliveries and park right up to the corner.
We do a very significant amount of enforcement,
Oh, okay.
parking and traffic and violations, and quality of life. So I mean, we address it as we see it, we really do, but I
Yeah,
understand.
sometimes the truckers, they may not realize they don't think about the side, you know, and it's a little.
It's tunnel vision, absolutely. They're thinking how it makes it work most easiest for them and get the load,
Sometimes
take
when
them
you're
off.
inching out, there's only like, I mean, really, it's so many near accidents
I know.
and bicyclists too. Yeah, a lot of bicycles, they, you don't see them.
I understand.
I will go.
It's okay.
Do you have a question?
So I'm from a building on Mascot down by Cooper Park, and one of our residents was mugged about a week and a half ago or so, and another resident was harassed also over the last couple of weeks. And just, I know that Mascot is between the two precincts, between this one and I guess the 90th, and just wanted to see what we could do to get help to make sure that that street is still being patrolled.
Well, it is. I am responsible for that section. We have a housing development in that section over there too, and we patrol there significantly because I have a responsibility to the residents there as well, and naturally I have a responsibility to the rest of the surrounding area. So we do have a heavy presence there. We do. So it's not forgotten about. So rest assured.
Okay.
I will say, you know, and I don't always want to refer to statistics, but you know, if you're a victim of one crime, that's more than enough. You know, it doesn't make it any better for anyone. But we are down in our robberies. You know, we're down 17 versus 35 last year, so we're doing a good job on that. But your question is, yes, we're over there.
Okay.
So.
A lot of the residents also wanted to find out about setting up a neighborhood watch. Where would I find out about that?
Well, come on in and we'll talk about it, and we'll try and help you out as best we can with that. That'd be great. You know, you're our eyes and ears as well. You know, so it really helps us out.
Great.
Great. So after we're done, we'll get all your info and we'll do that.